Please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? All right.
Good evening. Please enjoy our international welcome.
Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación del año 2017.
Boa tarde e sejam bem-vindos à cerimônia de graduação do ano de 2017.
Isten hozott a 2017-es ballagási ünnepségre.
शुभ संध्या 2017 के स्नातक समारोह में आप सबका स्वागत है।
Bună ziua și bine ați venit la ceremonia de absolvire din 2017.
Добрый вечер. Добро пожаловать на торжественную церемонию вручения дипломов 2017 года.
热烈欢迎各位来宾能来参与我们今天2017届毕业生毕业典礼。
Thank you to Mark Hickey and the Acton Boxborough Concert Band, to the members of the senior class who performed our national anthem, and to our seniors who offered our international welcome. Dr. Brand, members of the Acton Boxborough School Committee, central office administrators, principals, honored guests, families and friends, and of course, members of the graduating class of 2017. It is my privilege to officially welcome you to our graduation ceremony. It is usually around March or April that I start thinking about what I will say to the graduating class during your commencement exercises. While the principal's remarks may not be at the forefront of your minds, graduates, it does feel important each year that my last message to you as a class reflect who you are and characterizes your senior year as much as possible. This year, I have known since the fall that my remarks to your class would be centered around the theme of gratitude. Your class in particular and your senior year embody gratitude in many ways, perhaps even in ways that you have not yet considered. I'd like us all to take a moment now to express our gratitude to a group of people among us who have dedicated or will dedicate their lives to serve. Would our graduating seniors who plan to enter the armed services, all active service people, and those among us who are veterans, please stand so that we may express our thanks to you. It does seem that now more than ever we need to take the time to notice, feel, and express gratitude. You are emerging out into the adult world at a time when social media has made it okay to say just about anything, about just about anyone, just about any time, without thinking through the repercussions. It is a new way to navigate social, political, and relational landscapes. And as we all know, the result is a time of uncertainty and questioning what is true, what is right, and what is just plain okay to do to our fellow human beings. I recently read a quote by author John Gordon that said, "Social media sometimes reminds me of the Roman Colosseum where people cheer when a gladiator goes down, but no one ever became their best by focusing on someone else's flaws." It can be easy to be pulled into the cynicism of our current world, and it can be hard to be grateful in difficult times. But this year, we have witnessed many examples of exquisite gratitude, and I'd like to remind you of a few of them so you can take those moments with you as you leave AB. This past fall, your class experienced the death of two of your classmates, Matthew Pierce and Thomas Zarola. Matthew and Thomas were sons, brothers, nephews, cousins, students, teammates, and friends. Their loss was sudden, and as a class and a community, we experienced a range of emotions as we moved through the process of grieving them. However, we also experienced many examples of gratitude, hope, and kindness this year. We saw student leaders who stepped up in ways both large and small to bring our community together. We are especially grateful to our peer leaders and student ambassadors for their willingness to host any pop-up event we threw at them, even at the last minute, to provide time for us to connect as a school community in a spontaneous and fun way. We saw students greet each other at the doors in the morning, reminding our younger students in particular that they are valued and seen at AB. Under the guidance of English teachers Emily Fishkin and Dan Goldner, seniors completed service-oriented projects that helped us get on tap and reduce consumption of plastic water bottles, brought awareness to suicide prevention through a community-wide Out of the Darkness walk, redefined the concept of success through photography, and raised awareness about North Korean refugees, among many, many others. I am grateful to my principal's advisory students who provided me with their perspectives and a connection to the senior class during a year when I needed it most. And in the spirit of our overall focus on well-being, our Student Wellness Club coordinated the creation of our beautiful wellness tree that now grows proudly in Student Center East, reminding us of the many ways that we take care of ourselves, take care of each other, and delight in what makes us happiest and most grateful. Mary Oliver's poem, Mindful, captures the essence of simple but profound gratitude. Every day, I see or hear something that more or less kills me with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of light. It was what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside this soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation. Nor am I talking about the exceptional, the fearful, the dreadful, the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentations. Oh, good scholar, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with such teachings as these, the untrimmable light of the world, the ocean's shine, the prayers that are made of grass? In the course of your lives, I hope that you will find gratitude in the ordinary, the drab, in the ocean's shine, and in the small things. We all know that life is not meant to be perfect or easy, but it can be exquisitely good in those small moments if we're willing to see them, hear them, and most importantly, feel them a little bit every day. I am reminded of the words of Scott Pierce, Matthew's father, when he reminded us at Matthew's memorial service about the impact we can all have at the micro level, where it makes the most difference and we can impact the most lives. Finally, we are immensely and immeasurably grateful to the parents, guardians, administrators, and community members who showed their unwavering support of our staff and students this year. It is truly in times of challenge that we are best when we come together and model for our students how to do the hard things with grace, strength, and compassion. Graduates, tonight, I hope that you will reflect on the gratitude you feel for your families, teachers, counselors, coaches, and all of the adults who have supported and mentored you up to this moment. The principals from all of our elementary schools and the junior high are here tonight, and they represent the years you have spent in classrooms, hallways, buses, and playgrounds, growing your way to this moment. Your journey is uniquely your own, but you all have one thing in common right now. You have reached the milestone of high school graduation, and we are very proud of you. So I have a 5-year-old little boy at home. It wasn't long ago that you were all 5 graduates. To your parents sitting here tonight, it probably feels like just a blink of an eye ago that you were 5. Looking at life through the eyes of a 5-year-old tends to simplify things. In this spirit, I leave you with a quote from Winnie the Pooh, which I think captures my hopes for you. Piglet noticed that even though he had a very small heart, it could hold a rather large amount of gratitude. Keep large amounts of gratitude in your heart for the small things. It will make all the difference. Congratulations. And now I am pleased to introduce our first student speaker, Julia Evans, with her speech titled Treading Softly.
Sometimes it's easier to stay in bed. It's easier to not write the paper, to blow off your friends, to become paralyzed by the prospect of living rather than finding the courage to continue. And it's okay. Moments of weakness do not make us fundamentally weak, only fundamentally human. And if I've learned anything in my 4 years here, it's that there are people who will stand up for you, and there are people who need you to hold them. I've watched in gratitude this year as our senior class created a precedent of love. The kind we all wish we were shown when there was no hope, when the night lingered too long or we said goodbye forever. This fall, I watched students who were crying in the hall embrace each other, only to introduce themselves moments later. I watched groups of 5 and 10 standing outside every day in the November rain, just to greet the rest of us as we walked in. And yet, there were moments when empathy was not marked by tears, but by euphoria. As a class, we shared in a kind of togetherness that I have never experienced before, and that I am most afraid of losing tomorrow when we all pack up and walk away. It's the feeling that an individual's glory is a vicarious victory for the rest of us, that in some way we are all a part of something. If this year is to be marked by empathy, it is this collective kind of joy, of love, that matters above all else. And I'm not saying we've all become each other's best friends. I'm not saying that isolation and loneliness have been put to rest or that strangers now miraculously understand each other. But I think to some extent we all realize that our lives are connected at the roots, that our lives overlap with each other so suddenly it often goes unnoticed. But this year we did notice. And these overlaps led us into the secret lives of our peers who we previously thought we had nothing in common with. I had the honor of befriending people I never expected to know in high school, and I was proud to see so many of my peers doing the same. Unlikely relationships began appearing all around me, athletes and artists, introverts and extroverts, math lovers and future English majors. And we learned that so much of what had kept us apart all these years was trivial. And suddenly, we are united in the possibility of knowing each other. It was freedom. It was surprising and it was wonderful. But then, I'm not sure I was really surprised at all. The more I thought about it, the more fitting it seemed. Because what makes me most proud of our senior class is the way that we have intertwined learning with loving. This began long before this year. We absorb so much information in school, but the more knowledge we gain, the more we understand that being there is the most important lesson we've been taught. Empathy. It's the corridor curriculum. It's the reason we are unbound in our ability to understand each other. It's the reason I am certain that when we walk off this field and we leave this town, we'll be ready. Because over the years, we've learned that together, we are a culmination of strength, a group of individuals who are in this together, who are looking out for the ones who have fallen and celebrating the brilliance of those who are thriving. We have created a parenthesis in time, one that has coalesced through 500 pairs of eyes, and we will own and nurture and treasure this bond as we continue to grow and become. The last 4 years have not always been soft. They have not always been gentle. But class of 2017, it's been an honor.
Good evening and welcome. Welcome to members of the committee, the school committee, honored guests, parents, guardians, sisters, brothers, grandparents, and of course, most notably, our graduates. Thank you, Dr. Campbell, for your wonderful and uplifting words of wisdom. I would be remiss if I did not take this opportunity, and playing off of your central theme of gratitude, extend my thanks on behalf of our entire AB community to you, your leadership team, and the entire high school staff for your kindness, your care, compassion, and the true spirit by which you supported our high school students and our community through the incredible challenges faced this past year. As a community, we owe to each of you our deepest gratitude. A graduation ceremony is, as it should be, a very big deal. There is pomp and circumstance and much joyous celebration that everyone wishes to share in. However, I often think that it is too easy to get caught up in the pageantry surrounding this day and these events, and sometimes we lose sight of the actual importance of the experience, of cherishing the moment. Bradley Whitford has said, quote, "Take action. Every story you're connected with, every leader you've ever admired, every puny little thing that you've ever accomplished is the result of taking action. You have a choice. You can either be a passive victim of circumstance, or you can be the active hero of your own life." In this particular instance, graduates, I welcome you to this moment that represents a very important culmination of your story to this point in your young life. This ceremony today is the culmination of a story, your story, that has gotten to this point through your respective actions. Don't be passive in recognizing what you have done to get here. Be mindful of it and truly let all of the steps, all of your sacrifices and struggles wash over you as you consider this wonderful ending to this particular journey that has been your own. Regardless of how many more caps and gowns that you might don, or how many diplomas or degrees that might pass through your hands crossing a stage such as this, I offer you this small piece of advice. You're not going to likely remember the speeches that are given or the unique or special things that accompany the day. These details, they'll get lost in time, at least what is not captured in a selfie. Therefore, put yourself in this moment in every way possible. This event, your high school graduation from AB, represents an important story for you, and you must try and be reflective on exactly what you have done to get here, on the actions that you have taken to be your own hero. Life is a series of stories, some short, some epics, and other anthologies, and just like a great book, one can never remember all of the great lines. But if you are to remember anything about this day, I hope that you remember the little things that help create the plot and the rising action for your journey to this point. And as you seek to apply these things to your own life, the things that you have gained and accomplished, I urge you to remember that what this really encapsulates is your ability to create your own destiny and your own ending, that you and no one other has the opportunity to do so. Be the hero of your own life, and when you reach your next moment in time, remember it for what it was and what it has been. Remember the hurdles that you've overcome, the adversity that you've met, and the motivation that you've mustered. These are yours to own, yours to repeat, and yours to help you take the action the next time that you need to. There is little question that you will face numerous challenges, such as life, and such as the passive that is becoming an adult in this world. But if you can keep focused on your ability to take the lead role and chart your path to success, you can write a story with a successful ending again and again and again. Graduates, I wish you the very best of luck as you set forth into this world, as you move forward beyond AB, and only you can seek the actions that you need to be the hero that you wish for yourself. Congratulations, class of 2017. It's my privilege at this time to be able to give the William Ryan Community Service Award. Since 1995, the Acton Boxborough Regional High School graduation ceremony has included a Community Service Award to individuals or organizations within the Acton and Boxborough communities whose contributions have made a positive impact on the community and particularly on its young people. This award is symbolic of the support the whole community provides in bringing our young people to this point in their lives. In 2009, when Superintendent Bill Ryan retired, the school renamed the award the William L. Ryan Community Service Award in his honor. I would at this time like to invite Joel Wolf, President of the Pets and People Foundation, and Kimberly Coleman as Pets and People volunteer, along with Abby, her dog, to join me here at the podium. The story starts with health and physical education teacher Sue Hogue, who last year taught her health classes techniques for stress reduction. As part of this effort, she contacted the Pets and People Foundation to introduce her students to the value of pets for stress management. We knew this was going to happen, didn't we? The interest in the animals caught on, and this year, Pets and People volunteers and their therapy animals, mainly dogs and one special cat, have made monthly lunchtime visits to AB to allow students, as well as staff, to interact with these animals during their lunch periods, a great source of stress reduction. The Pets and People Foundation was founded in 1985 as a nonprofit organization run entirely by volunteers. Trained volunteers and their pets visit nursing homes, assisted living homes, and senior daycare centers, special needs facilities, and hospitals to provide comfort and unconditional love and attention to people who can benefit from this kind of support. The group says, and I quote, "Our budget comes entirely from donations, and our inspiration comes from the people who faces light up when a dog or cat comes into a room to give support." The Pets and People Foundation has provided decades of service to the residents of Massachusetts. This year, we are particularly grateful to Pets and People for the comfort that they've provided to our staff and students during a very difficult time. One had to just peek into the lower gym at the high school during a visit from the therapy dogs to see the tremendously positive impact that these dogs have had on so many people. We are pleased to honor this special and deserving organization with the 2017 William L. Ryan Community Service Award.
And now our musical number, Way Back When, performed by Yasmin Langman, Ava Jaros, Emily Sullivan, Ellie Goikman, Christian Grape, Courtney Adama, Kaylee Hanlon, Anna Casito, Corinne Marble, Olivia Marble, Gabrielle Richardone, Andrew Stewart, and Madison Yardumian.
We never had that much to do, so we just lay around in someone's house. Someday we'll have it all again, just like way back when. Back then we'd sleep until the afternoon, then we just get up and go outside. Open a window, let the breeze blow in, forget everything. Oh yeah, those will be the days that I'll be missing you. When I'm old and when I'm gray and when I stop working, I hope that I can say when all my days are done, we were just having fun.
Well, we'd go dancing in the afternoon and lie out on the grass and fall asleep. Oh, will I ever see that girl again? That girl from way back when.
We used to wear our heart out on our sleeves, throw together everything we had, and then go driving in my parents' car. We never strayed too far. Oh yeah, those will be the days that I'll be missing you. When I'm old and when I'm gray and when I stop working, I hope that I can say when all my days are done, that I had my fun. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Oh yeah, those will be the days that I had my fun. Yeah, time, it moves so fast. Some things are made to last. Here's to you, my dear old friend, from way back when. Oh yeah, those will be the days that I'll be missing you. When I'm older, when I'm gray, and when I stop working, I hope that I can say when all my days are done. I'm really gonna miss you guys. That we've had our fun.
Are we bowing? Are we just...
Thank you to our incredibly talented performers. Our second speaker this evening is Jordan Blocker with his speech titled Be Brave.
I remember that during one of my first days as a student here at AB, I was walking down the hallway, my freshman backpack slumped over my shoulders, and behind me I heard an upperclassman yell something that sounded like, "Stay in your lane, freshman!" And I very quickly realized that I was literally walking on the wrong side of the hallway. And believe me, that was the last time that I would be caught dead making such a freshman mistake, at least publicly. But what I didn't know then, that I do know now, is that upperclassman who had certainly not intended to empower me with his words would actually help to shape the person that I would become during these 4 years. Because he helped me realize that the purpose of high school is not to trap our minds in some box or force us into one and objectively correct way of being. But the purpose of these years for each and every one of us has been to help us create our own lanes, paths which remain unique to each one of us as individuals. Many of my peers probably know me as one of the more vocal and opinionated students in our graduating class, as debate and argumentation are not things that I personally like to shy away from. And I'll be the first to admit that what I had to say was not always the most popular, and I would sometimes hear students gossiping in the halls about me or about something that I'd said, and it really made me wonder, is it even worth it to speak up and advocate for yourself when it can sometimes feel so purposeless, so futile in effort? Well, one day during sophomore year, we were having some big political debate or discussion in one of my classes, as we often did. And as usual, I felt as if it were me versus the world, and that all I had accomplished by bothering to speak up in the first place was further alienating myself from the rest of my peers. But that day, at the end of the period, as I was dejectedly packing up my books at the end of the period, a quiet student approached me. I didn't really know him all that well, we were just acquaintances, but he explained to me that he agreed with everything that I'd been saying during the discussion, and that he would have spoken up in agreement with my sentiment, but that he was too worried of what other people would think and what other people would say about him had he made that decision to express himself. And I now had my answer. It is always worth it to speak up, to advocate for your beliefs, to advocate for who you are. Because even when you might not think so, there is always someone listening. As we take this critical step in our lives, leaving behind but never forgetting the community and bonds which we have kindled together, venture into a new and unknown world of decisions and possibilities. Perhaps the greatest decision that each one of us will face is the decision to be vocal, to express ourselves when we wish to be heard, and to be visible when we wish to be seen. Because diversity is a beautiful thing. Diversity in each of its many forms, whether it be the color of your skin, your sexual or gender identity, your religious beliefs, or even your political affiliations. As our class moves on to bigger and better things, we need to continue to cherish the parts of our identities that make us unique, the parts of your identities that differentiates each and every one of you from the peer or member of the audience that you're sitting next to right now. But it is so easy to get lost in the superficial benefits of following the crowd. You'll certainly avoid a lot of conflicts. You might make a lot of friends. But most importantly, you will look as if you fit in. You will look as if you do, but only you as an individual will know who you actually are, for real. And so, as we graduate together today as the class of 2017, I implore you, be loud, be proud, be brave. It's okay to be different. It's okay to sometimes feel like you're alone. But the truth is, you never really are, because somewhere on the stage, on the athletic field, in the cafeteria, in East Commons, in West Commons, in the counseling center, in the back of a classroom, or really anywhere that you might find yourself in the future, there will always be someone who is feeling exactly the same way you are feeling. So never be afraid to use your voice, because you are never alone. And so, in honor of us having completed our 4 years of high school and beginning the cycle again anew as freshmen, I offer you the same piece of advice that a grumpy upperclassman once offered me in the halls almost 4 years ago today, but with a slight twist. Create your own lanes, freshmen. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2017.
Good evening. I'm Bill Noeth, the Math Department leader. I'd like to introduce my colleagues, Dave Baumritter, the Science Department leader, and Diana Woodruff, the K-12 Director of Visual Arts. We're here tonight to present the 2017 Acton Boxborough Class Scholars. Being named a Class Scholar is a great honor, considering the tremendous accomplishments of the students in the class of 2017. When I call your name, please come forward to receive your award from Mrs. Woodruff or Mr. Baumritter. Andrew Sekiris. Emily Yin. Olivia Hemond. Neha Kavi. Jessica Zhang. Megan Zhao. Anirban Chakraborty. Sophia Lee. Marielle Mullen. And Angela Jin. Congratulations to all of you. In my other role as co-senior class advisor, I'd like to introduce the class leaders. If they could please stand when I call their name. Isaac An, Zainon Kabal, Amlan Chaudhary, and Pat Nero. Congratulations, guys.
We will now move forward with the presentation of diplomas.
Anirban Chakraborty. Olivia Hemond. Angela Jin. Neha Kavi. Sophia Lee. Marielle Mullen. Andrew Sekiris. Emily Yin. Jessica Zhang. Megan Zhao. Courtney Adama. Emily Agel. Vivian Anomagisha. Jack Amaral. Isabel Ambersoli. Chloe Anestis. Trenton Anestis. Matthew Antes. Melanie Antonoro. Daniel Armstrong. Christopher Arsenault. Mohammed Atif. Andrea Oxt. Sontara Ayapan. Siana Azalino. Hannah Backrack. Yuli Baddix. Deepak Balasubramaniam. Thanoshi Balasuriya. Paul Bamfo. Ellis Bernard. Maria Barbas. Jean-Paulo Barcinas. Ruben Barrios. Alessandra Beatriz. Gerard Bouchard. Reef Bibi. Yasmin Benshir. Brendan Batez. Liam Batez. Neha Bhatt. Carson Bischoff. Alyssa Biscotti. Sarah Bloom. Benjamin Beaudesier. Sean Beauvert. Tess Bolin. Sydney Bonica. Revant Bapana. Emma Bo-Shulman. Juna Branca. Richard Briones. Sofia Bracado. Alessandra Brolin. Henry Brown. Aaron Brown. Stephen Calvert. Ross Campbell. Samantha Canarazi. Emanuele Cardoso. Dennis Karen. Amanda Caro Tenuto. Emily Caruso. Mark Castañeda. Peter Castañeda. Anna Cataldo Holmes. Connor Cates. Guillermo Cava. Rishi Chadha. Andrew Chafee. Alan Chai. Stephanie Chang. Alvaro Chavez. Aaron Chen. David Chen. Julie Chen. Gautham Chituru. Mark Chudik. Matthew Clabeau. Sydney Clark. Benjamin Clayton. Daniel Coakley. Parker Coleman. William Collins. Isabel Corp. Emma Costello. Sophie Cote. Suzanne Cotter. Brendan Cron. Jacob Crowley. Perrin Colonathan. Jack Culhane. Michael Cusado. Killian Sears. David Damiano. Matthew Danahy. Kayla Daniel. Katerina DeRege. Samantha Dearden. Abaroop Deb. Benjamin Dempsey. Sonali Deshpande. Somabo Day. Margaret DePaulo. Kelly Dixon. Ivor Dolan. Nicole Donahue. Phoebe D'Onofrio Rawls. Eliza Dorfman. Patrick Douglas. Olivia Drake. Andrew Dresser. Margot Dewberry. Molly Durand. Zachary Barth.
Avery Durant. Zachary Dyer. Geraldine Eilert. Craig Engert. Anna Escobedo. Alexander Farah. Lily Feinberg Eddy. Jacob Feinstein. Timothy Fenneman. Kaylee Fenton. Sophie Ferguson. Shayna Fiddler. Brendan Flaherty. Nikita Flory. Madison Ford. Kazaziel Forsyth. Jackson Francis. Lindsay Francisco. Catherine Fredericks. Leon Friedrich. Hans Friedrichs. Christopher Fuller. Stuart Fung. Michael Gesowich. Ryan German. David Getzik. Christopher Giacino. Nicholas Giaconia. Kendall Giles. Jonah Goldberg. Margot Gordon. Zachary Gordon. Caroline Gotthelf. Kyle Gower. Ellie Goikman. Forrest Grant. Kushton Grappa. Bridget Griffin. Camille Grigsby. Colin Grip. Zoe Gruske. Evelyn Gu. Christine Guo. Caroline Guzardi. Everett Hahn. Kaylee Hanlon. Helena Hartman. Eric Hazen. Matthew He. Nicholas Habert. Henry Heinlein. Cade Herlihy. Peyton Hertz. Jacqueline Hickey. Caitlin Hill. Amelia Hoach. Joshua Hollenberg. Madison Holleran. Shawen Holmes. Zachary Horowitz. Scott Howe. Bailey Hurley. Luca Illich. Zeynep Enonoglu. Elenia Izatova. Sarah Jackman. Andrew Jackson. Natalie Jacobs. Helen Yonke. Monica Jensen, Ava Jaros, Matthew Jarvis, Kimberly Jin, Christopher Jones, Emily Jones, Pujita Jonafatula, Isabella Joseph, Leo Joyce, Ekaterina Kabayev, Ratapong Kusirapong, Evan Kaminsky, Neha Camaretti, Craig Cantadung Kindry, Aaron Kaplan, Margaret Kaplan Earl, Akash Kapoor, Hannah Karp, Cameron Kassam, Oliver Kem, Megan Kelly, Nicole Kelly, Benjamin Kendrick, Iramul Khan, Lisa Kidd, Jane Kim, Natalie Kim, Eric Kimball, Alexis Kaiser, Anna Cazito, Justin Klatt, Jacob Klein, Michaela Klink, Simon Koch Sultan, Miriam Kozukin, Siddharth Krishna, Amrita Krishna Kumar, Kartik Kuchamanchi, Rhea Kukul, Chris Kwan, Iago Lucerda, Davin Lagu, Colin Lang, Yasmin Langman,
Are you ready, Joy? Isaac On, Zainan Kabal, Amlin Chowdhury, Patrick Nero, Jordan Blotcher, Julia Evans, Annabella Dunning, Isabella Larco, Julia Lasker, Michael Leahy, Alicia Lee, Geo Lee, Kainwin Leung, Alexandra Lee, Kane Lee, Caitlin Lee, Simon Lee, Isabel Lieberman, Jessica Lim, Hunter Leterio, Eric Liu, Jonathan Liu, Catherine Liu, Yubang Liu, Amanda Lodi, Grace Longwell, Emily Lozier, Joshua Lovering, Caroline Leverett, Ethan Lowe, Alan Liu, Jennifer Liu, Caroline Lucas, Jason Lucas, Benjamin Ludwig, Devin Lucas, Shay Lucas, Cody Ann Lynn, Annika Moss, Alok Micharla, Grace Mackin, Jack Maddox, Sneha Mahatpatra, Mayank Mali, Ellen Malloy, Daria Manea, Nicole Mansfield, Sophia Maratius, Corinne Marble, Olivia Marble, Lauren Marcoux, Jagruti Moroju, Kieran Marvin, Julia Marzullo, Didier Mathelier, Connor Matheson, Evelyn McCammon, Devin McCarthy, Leah McCarthy, Nicholas McCarthy, Sean McDonald, Megan McRory, Connor McNamee, Nira McNiven, Maxwell Mahegan, Catherine Meisel. Thomas Musel. Corbin Miles. Fiona Miley. Leah Mills. Sarah Mitchell. Jamie Monteleone. Kyle Montigny. Anthony Morales. Shiva Mudid. Louise Muniz. Benjamin Murphy. Ethan Murphy. Liam Murray. Megan Muzilla. Julia Nayland. Alexander Nikopoulos. Rebecca Nitcham. Desmond O'Grady. Nina Olney. Cecilia Orchid. William Otero. Uma Pal. Kevin Pan. Akansha Pandey. Anna Papalia. Yanis Papathanasu. Caroline Parker. Brennan Parks. Anastasia Pasterzak. Sarah Patrick. Kaylee Patterson. Thomas Peduto. Matteo Petracchi. Joseph Petrozino. Alexander Pieri. Julia Pilecki. Daniel Pincombe. Miguel Jolo Pinpin. Cole Pittman. Austin Post. Leanne Paz. Cindy Chi. Brian Quantrill. Jacob Quintana Rai.
Joseph Rabideau. Jenna Rockman. Chantal Regan. Ashna Riker. Madhuri Raman. Aditya Ravikant. Connor Reed. Nicholas Riley. Milana Rezik. Israel Ribeiro. Gabriela Richardone. Daniela Rivero. Courtney Robb. Justin Robb. Paige Roberts. Hannah Roach. Luke Rogers. Melanie Rochford. Julia Rowland. Catherine Rolls. Michael Roy. Benjamin Rubin. Angel Ruiz. Jacqueline Ryan. Liam Ryan. Anna Richlick. Francesca Sajidi. Victoria Salemi. Juliana Santilli. Joanna Santoro. Caroline Sarnelli. Michael Sarnelli. Elena Scarborough. Emma Shikatani. Nikar Shah. Ronak Shah. Jack Shirley. Sabrina Siegel. Shayna Sika. Evan Silva. Catherine Silva. Shikar Sinha. Griffin Smith. Connor Snow. Malvika Soni. Nikhil Santi. Akila Santi. Maxim Sotnikov. Sophia Spalding. Fiona Stevenson. Andrew Stewart. Madeline Strawley. Calvin Sullivan. Delaney Sullivan. Emily Sullivan. Lara Sullivan. William Sullivan. Milind Sundaram. Shruti Suresh. Erica Sweeney. Sabrina Tang. Christopher Taylor. Doran Teberovsky. Sydney Thomas. Amy Thorpe. Christopher Tian. Luke Tai. Amar Tiku. Graham Tobin. Nico Triantafilou. Shayla Triantafilou. Bethany Ciaris. Kevin Tu. Sarah Varley. Serena Verma. Samuel Viley. Zachary Wallach. Daniel Walton. Amy Wang. Kenneth Wang. Sophia Ward. Abraham Watman, Anna Weinberger, Stephen Wernerberg, Phoebe Wessel, Joshua Whitehead, Ryan Whitley, Samantha Whittle, Samuel Witt, Danielle Whitty, Stephen Wood, Xavier Wren, Nala Wu, Jonathan Wu, Patrick Shu, Andrew Yang, Connor Yardumian, Madison Yardumian, Caitlin Ye, Stephen Yen, Alan Yi, Hannah Yin, Mac Young, Haywad Yusufzai, Michelle Zabarouk, Helen Zaremba, Victoria Zhao, Peter Chu, Alice Zorn, Jennifer Zurich.
Should I just wait for them to get seated? Members of the Acton-Boxborough Regional School Committee and all citizens of Acton-Boxborough. With the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education and furnished with all of the appropriate and necessary information by Principal Joanne Campbell, I hereby certify and attest that these 459 young people have, in fact, successfully completed all of the requirements of the Acton-Boxborough Regional High School as set forth in school committee policy. Therefore, on this date, June 2nd, 2017, I, Glenn Brand, Superintendent of Schools, recommend all of their names to you at this time for graduation. Graduates, you may now switch your tassel to the left side, and congratulations.
And now for our sending forth, which is the conclusion of our ceremony this evening, please welcome Social Studies teacher, Mr. Sam McHale.
Good evening. With your diplomas in hand, your high school studies are complete. but you may find that your study of life is just beginning. Before I usher you off Leary Field, I want to offer you a few thoughts about how to approach the life you are about to live. I do so not as an expert in the field, but as a fellow apprentice, an older, distinctly balder apprentice, but an apprentice nonetheless. This year, we were reminded that the human body is a most delicate vessel for the soul, and that life is indeed difficult. I can tell you that life at 32 will be no easier than it was at 18, except that by then you will have the experience necessary to trust that the pain will pass. When I was reeling from the dual blow of a breakup and my best friend moving out of our apartment, I was forced to find a new home. When I finally found one, depressed and despondent, I shook hands with my new roommate for the first time and thought to myself how beautiful she was. Though I didn't know it at the time, I had just met the great love of my life, and in a year we will be married. So Rumi says, and I can confirm, that the light enters you at the bandaged place, and nirvana occurs when you gaze back into times of anguish and find in them the seeds of your joy. So we need to have faith in ourselves when we're down, but we also need to have faith in each other. I worry that the current climate of political animosity has made this exceedingly difficult, especially with people who think differently than we do. Clicks and likes on social media filter out any difference of opinion and inundate our inboxes with metaphors of war. It seems every other headline on the internet is about somebody blasting or eviscerating somebody else. I read just this week that Bernie Sanders had blasted the millionaires. I personally don't think Bernie Sanders should be blasting anything at his age. The man is 75 years old. This problem, though, in all seriousness, is at least as old as the country. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson began their career as friends, but the ugly political battle over how to govern a young nation left them unwilling to speak to one another. After almost a decade of unpleasant silence had passed between them, finally Mr. Adams wrote the following beautiful words to Mr. Jefferson. "You and I ought not to die before we have explained ourselves to each other." So when you find yourself perplexed or enraged by differing beliefs, resist the urge to judge or to shout, to blast or to eviscerate, and instead summon your faith in humanity, pick up your pen, and start a dialogue. Just don't wait a decade to do it. If you're not convinced that this kind of reconciliation will help the world, you should at least recognize that it may help you. After all, most of us amount to no more than the average of the people with whom we spend our time. That's why I am grateful that I got to spend so much time with all of you. I owe a deep debt of gratitude to this community that has challenged me to be a better teacher and inspired me to be a better man. Today, as we all depart on new adventures, I am sad to say goodbye, but so very happy to see you leaving, because I have faith that the world will be a better place with all of you dispersed across it. Congratulations, class of 2017, and good luck.